What this is like you said, it's one of those things at the dentist, when they put that Bondo on your teeth, they hit it with that blue light.
Right.
I've got a bunch of them in the front of my mouth. The cute thing right away, this fine tip applicator gets things exactly where you want. Then you turn on this blue light by either using the button or just pressing it, and that blue light is what cures it. So it doesn't harden until you're ready for it to harden. It's not like normal glues where you have to hold it there forever and ever.
It's not sticky at all.
No.
And I always, when I'm gluing something together, I feel like I better get it exactly where it goes the first time or it's ruined. You can move it around and like, okay, that's where I want it, then you put the light on it.
And think of, when you go to fix things, do I need the little tube? Do I need the crafting glue? Do I need the other crafting glue?
Like,
do I need
what kind of glue?
You want that out.
I've actually done internet searches for what kind of glue goes with what kind of thing.
This is the kind of welder that goes with everything because you're actually making plastic. Now I want to show you a bunch of cool stuff that'll really give you an idea of how this works. It goes on wet first and foremost. It's like honey, and you can work with it as much as you want. You see that little glob right there, and it moves. But as soon as I turn on that light, and I'm going to turn it on manually so it'll stay on with the button, I'm gonna harden that, and I'm just gonna hold that light up to it for a few seconds. Gonna give it about a...
You know, the inventor of this is making all these things better. I like that you can push the button and the light stays on.
Look at that.
Dry.
It's hard already.
Look at that.
Now, if I was to be a crafter, if I was maybe putting on a hook for like one of those puffy things you girls like in the showers, you have those little puffy sponge things.
Necessary.
Yes, absolutely. By the way,
no
men,
question.
Don't use your wife's puffy. It's a good way to get divorced.
That's my puffy, you shed.
If you were putting something on though, and you wanted to put it in just the right place, better over here or better over here? Now, if I just hold that up and just give it, you know, maybe a 4 count, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4, maybe give it an extra second. Not only is that not moving, try to get that off, Ellen. That is on there. That is a tight bond.
Oh my gosh.
In just a few seconds.
Wow.
And you're able to move that anywhere you want to put it.
I was afraid I was going to break the glass.
No, there's tools for that here.
Tools for that.
Now, there's all sorts of things that I fixed, but one of the first ones is we all have these phone cords.
Yeah.
And you get these, if you have to replace this at the drugstore, it's 15 bucks. If you want to go to that store that has the fruit on it, or where you got your phone, it's 30 bucks. But you can actually make plastic to cover this, coat it, and then just give it a cure there for about 4 or 5 seconds.
Right.
And it's already not tacky. And actually what I did when I fixed all mine is I flipped it over and did the other side, and you keep all those loose wires from being exposed and either getting a bad connection or not being able to charge your phone. Then you go running out somewhere important and you have no phone.
You know, this is pretty crazy because it works on virtually any material: metal, wood, glass, plastic, ceramic. I mean, because every other kind of glue, it's like, they literally call it wood glue or plastic glue, or they have
rubber glue,
right. This works
epoxy,
on virtually everything.
You don't have to mix it. You don't have to poke the top. If you get the one with the gorilla on the that big monkey, you use it once or twice, and now it's crusty. Okay, this is the most heartbreaking demo.
Okay, I'm ready.
So little Gracie comes to me and she says, I didn't want to tell anybody, but I got this for my communion and it's broken.
Oh.
I fixed it and it's hard to even find the spot where I fell.
Is it even?
Okay, right there. You see the two that are offset? I overlapped it a little. You see they're kind of wonky right there?
And you just made them, you married them.
I made a plastic weld. I married them up, and then she put it back on, and immediately, she was so
you saved
sad.
her.
I saved her. She was so happy.
She loves it.
But you've got all this jewelry around your house that you're not wearing. You've got maybe a rock kicked up and put a hole in the tail light.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for your car.
You can actually build up with this. I'll show you some really cool stuff in a minute.
Oh my gosh, Tim, I'm gonna jump in here because these are flying out the door. $8.98 in free shipping and handling. We've got a 10-minute presentation. Don't wait till the end, like everyone usually waits till the end. Oh, I think I want it. Start calling in now, start ordering now, because we're getting crazy busy on this. 1-866-376-8255 is our toll-free testimonial line. If you own this, if you're picking it up and you're saying, all right, here's the 3 things I'm gonna fix right away, I think that it's gonna be in your drawer, and no matter what you need fixing, you can always go to the same thing.
Okay, here's one of those things that if this breaks, this is like a magic trick. Whoa, the rings, the magic linking rings.
Right.
But if this breaks, you have to take this to the dealership to get fixed, and this is $100 to $200 and another $50 to $75 to program.
Oh no.
So you see that's an actual gap. You can't do this with glue. This is not a glue. You're actually making plastic. And I'm gonna make a little bit on that side right there. I'll cure it.
And then it's done.
And then,
it's like part of it.
It's part of it.
And you're filling it in on the other side.
I'm filling it in on the other side, and I'll keep building this up, and I'll show you a cool example of where I really did this in another couple of spots. And you can actually, if you don't want it to look like this, you can actually paint and sand this. So I'll take a black Sharpie to this and fill it in with black, or take some black nail polish, because, hey, it was just Halloween. Everybody's got black nail polish. But I'll keep building that up.
I wasn't going to ask any questions.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
So you want to see a great example of building this up?
Yeah.
So again, little Gracie comes to me with the broken horse. The horse is missing a leg.
Oh,
you can't.
no.
Yeah, it's a clip, clop. There's one missing. I actually put this down into this putty.
Oh, so you creating like a mold.
Made an impression, made a mold, and made a leg, and was able to put that back on.
No.
Is that the coolest thing? You can actually build with this if you're a crafter.
And then you could adhese it permanently with that same item.
With that same item. And then you can sand it or paint it, so now I can paint the leg so you don't know it's missing a leg.
Right,
just take the right color paint. Now, we all have chips in our wood floors.
You're such a good dad.
I'm trying real hard right now. We all, maybe one of the rubber stoppers comes off your high heel and it's got that nail sticking out of it.
Yeah,
you start dancing around because you're happy. You can actually fill that in. I'm gonna fill in that chip so that you wouldn't see it. Sand it. You cure it first.
And then sand it.
And then sand it, and then you still, now you can barely see that as it is.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna
Check
get
this out.
these just for that.
You can actually then take a paint that matches it. See, that's hard already. That paint would be, glue, if I was using glue.
Oh my gosh, you're just using a Sharpie.
I'm
and look
using
at
a
that.
Sharpie. I'm not even using the exact matching color. But now that has just gone invisible. Isn't that the coolest thing?
Okay, yeah, because when I moved into my house, like there's like a divot out of my hardwood, and I'm not gonna like get a whole new hardwood. That's ridiculous.
Not a little section of Pergo.
No, I'm gonna fill it in. Does it work in hardwood floors? Not
It
just
does.
Pergo? And then just sand it off, and then just put a little touch of
Sand
paint.
and paint any of your stuff.
Oh,
you want to see
I'm
something
getting
cool?
this.
I built this. Now, it had a hole in it. This is all well and good.
Okay, 200 flying out the door. You're like, who's up at 4 a.m.? Everybody buying this right now, by the way.
The side actually was broken, and this has to be waterproof. I built the side up and then sanded it off. Now it's waterproof for the circuitry that's inside.
Oh my gosh, I love the way it's a no-brainer. So no matter what's broken, I can fix it. Now I have a coffee cup and the handle came off of it. Can I use it for that?
Absolutely. There's some really cool things online. People try to see what this works, and I always love to see how challenging it is.
Yeah.
Okay, they told me that this was waterproof, and I said, nah, why would you need it waterproof? I'll show you in a minute why you need it waterproof. Okay, this one, you want to see what kind of time I have on my hands? I filled in all the holes. With this stuff. This is like that boat on TV they fill in with that black spray paint. Isn't that the coolest thing? So you say, why do I need it waterproof? Well, I'm the guy in the yard that always drives over the hose.
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
now, after a rock kicked up, and
look at
after I
that.
drove over it, I was able to fill in the hole and fill in the outside. That's what that fine tip applicator does for you, and just keep curing around, add a little more, and build that up with plastic. You would need 10 different kinds of glue to do this. That's why it's important this is not a glue.
Okay, here's the other thing is I have a terrible memory, and I know that there's a different glue for everything, but I can't remember what it is, and every time I have to look it up, and I never have to do that ever again for the rest of my life because I'm gonna get this. $17.95, free shipping and handling, $8.98. Oh, by the way, you guys already know there's a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, but Bondic, I mean, come on. You know, it takes that American dream inventor to take a technology and really make it in a way that's applicable for every day. And fixing a toy, I mean, everyone got a drone for Christmas, and everyone's now fixing their drone.
Because they crashed.
They crashed it everywhere.
We're not that good at flying them yet.
We're not that good at it.
My dad crashed my first plane he got me when I was a kid because he was an actual pilot. He's up there. It was on the string.
Oh, really?
Never replaced it. I would like a drone.
Okay.
All right. If you're a wine drinker, or if you have friends who are wine drinkers, you want to make sure that you know which glass is yours. You put a little bit on there, and this is really cool. This, if you're a crafter, if you want,
do you want me to hold it there?
Would you please?
Yes, yes.
You hold that. I'm going to come from underneath this.
Oh, look
and
at that.
cure from underneath. Give it about a 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, and now it should be in place. And now it says courage on it. Now you have the courage to drink that next glass of wine.
I don't know if I need
like
courage
I needed
for that,
the motivation.
I don't know.
But now you know which glass is yours.
Yeah.
This is how easy it is to get things where you want them.
I'm
This was
seeing
glass.
crafters out there, their heads are going, okay, I can think of 20 things right now, because you can buy a wine glass for like 10 cents and then make it with these little things. Oh, here's your gift.
Here's your
right
gift.
There. Here's your gift.
Do 4 of them now. Somebody that gets married married, you put, you know, love, honor, courage, and cool things on there.
Right, I like that idea.
We all have, I can't tell you, I have 10 pairs around the house. One pair I'm usually got on my chest and one on my head while I look for the pair I'm missing.
Yes, yes.
But I keep breaking them. I actually rebuilt an edge with this. I had one the other day where the screw and the hinge broke. I just welded it together with the plastic and created a plastic bond here, and now I saved another $10 on readers.